Okay, so you guys are at the camp. The camp is probably going to be breaking the next day. We'll start it there. So you guys are breaking camp, and Tayari wanted to know how big the little apparatus, her little first aid trinkets were. They're probably vase size, like they're something that you would set up. So you could not fit it in a pocket, but you could definitely fit it in a sack. But yeah, she has her servants essentially breaking down her away from home cabin and taking it apart and putting those back into like these little boxes. So if you want to get one, you know where they're at. But yeah, a lot of like Atlantis in the first stage, you guys are living in the second age of Atlantis before half the island got blown up and the ley lines went crazy. Atlantis had all sorts of crazy devices that ran everything along that ran off of their telluric energy, which is this vril energy that crisscrosses the world, and they would harness it in these pyramids in each one of their cities. So houses in Atlantis had central heating and cooling, running water, cold water, ice box. They had everything because it all ran off of this vril energy. In the second age, these things are not so reliable, and artifacts like this are very rare. But Atlantis is they don't care, man. They just they're coasting to an end with all their opulence in their little dreaming city. So the next day, you guys.
Well, I steal nothing, but I do help them break it down, so I know exactly where they are for just for protection.
The servants, they appreciate that that you would actually spend some time and help them. Like a lot of people don't want to actually do this back-breaking work, but they really appreciate that, Tidy. You know what? You're one of the people, and you get a pat on the back, and they tell you like, if it's amazing that I've got this job. I'm able to feed my entire family with what she pays me. I'm able to take care of my extended family. They just throw money around, these Atlanteans, and they even trust me with this. I mean, if anything ever happened to me, yes, I would probably be executed for it. But it feels good to know that I'm trusted by Mistress Yawandi or George, Mistress George, and her retinue. And so you know exactly where these things are. They are kept in a box and stuff. So. You guys move on. I'm assuming you guys are probably like in your guys' same positions or order that you guys were in the day before.
Sure.
Whiling about.
Rhaegar, it's your turn to stand with her. Don't you think?
No, I don't. No.
Where's the dog man? Where's the cat man? The furry one, the one in the coat.
All right. He trails back.
Tell me. And you know what? It's she looks over at you. Actually, she looks through you. Does the cat man, his tongue, is it like a small cat's tongue? And she puts out her hand for you, Rhaegar.
Oh.
And then she looks over at should I put something on it? Maybe some type of a fruit or something. Here.
I don't have anything with me that I could have pulled out fast enough, but I would have just like rubbed a raw steak across it or something like that if I had it. But
Servant like brings up like a jar and kind of pats onto her hand, probably some type of butter or something. Like unwraps like some butter and then pats it on her hand.
Okay.
And she's like, I'd like to see. Here, beast man.
Just for this, it was worth asking you to take point on that one. I just need you to know.
And she starts speaking to you in High Atlantean, which you don't understand,
I have Atlantean, but is High Atlantean different?
It's basically their high speech.
Okay.
But here's the thing about like the Andaman and the Atlanteans, is that the Atlanteans created the Andaman to basically facilitate them in different types of services and to mostly serve in the army. So the Nemeans would have been like the generals of the Atlanteans' armies, and back in the day. But there is something inside you that, you know, that it doesn't necessarily mean in a role-playing sense that you have to do it, but you feel this urge to defer to them,
right?
Because it's kind of built into you to you know, be a servitor race to them. So, you know, if she said, lick my hand, you don't have to lick her hand. In fact, you could just bite the hand off if you would like.
That's what he's fighting right now.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
He's
However,
fighting that. So
you do. It's kind of like when a parent, even though you're an adult, says something to you, you know you don't have to do it, but you're like, oh.
You know what would happen if you don't do it.
Yeah.
As well.
Which is essentially nothing. But
right.
You know, it's like you still do it.
Right.
You know, so but you know, you kind of get this feeling like, but you know, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like,
yeah,
there it is.
Right, Rygar. I mean,
why didn't I lick my hand?
He really doesn't want to, but he knows he just isn't going to hear the end of it until he does. So
right.
he's gonna drool as
the butter just kind of looks at you and then kind of looks away.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. That servant knows exactly what I'm going through right now. I'm sure. And probably worse. Right. So yeah, he's just gonna get just kind of and then get a good amount of drool ready, and then he's gonna. We lost Jerry.
You have at a disadvantage called Disdain Atlanteans at level 1.
Yep.
Which means you're entitled to 1 hero point if you act accordingly with the disadvantage. Now, you don't have to, in which case you have to pay me a hero point. So would you like to pay me a hero point to lick her hand? Or with your disdain, will you bat her hand away?
So this is what I was thinking about doing, was licking her hand, but like leaving it covered in slobber.
Okay. Well, with the disdain, you would leave it with more. Essentially, you would be spitting on her hand.
Yes.
Would you like to spit on her hand?
Sure. Actually, yeah.
Okay. Well, you get a hero point for that one.
Just lean down and just looks like I'm gonna lick her hand, and then just release a giant glob of spit onto it.
Okay. And when you do that, the entire retinue stops. Like everyone, even the people who didn't see it happen, it's almost like they were in lockstep. It just stops. It's almost like someone just screeched the needle across a record. For everyone who remembers what a record is. And everyone stops. And the bodyguards, you see, like they go, like, you know, their hands go immediately on their swords. Everyone kind of stops. You can hear like butts pucker as people are all like looking to see what happens next. Give me a charisma roll. Do you have influence?
Of course not. Also, we still don't have your video, by the way.
What?
Yep.
What are you talking about, Willis?
So charisma
How do I not
roll.
have video.
Here you go.
It's coming back.
Go. How did that get turned off?
There you are.
All right. Do I have any penalties? So I've got +2 for charisma.
You got +2? Nope. Give me a roll +2.
19.
Hey.
That is a good roll.
Yes.
That's a very good roll.
He's a majestic lion spitting on his owner.
She, you spit on the hand, and the butter gets dropped. The servant drops the butter. The guards, like, you know, they kind of stop. One, like, pulls out his sword. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Ty looks torn.
Rygar understands. It's like you feel for Rygar a bit, but she also pays you.
Yes. There's that. Although, and while she anticipated there would be some tension because she had hers yesterday, so it was your turn. She didn't quite think it was going to go this far.
I think I should try
at the moment and trying to think of how to mitigate.
I think I shall try to explain to people that this is just an ancient custom. It's an ancient custom between the High Atlanteans and the great warriors of the past. And it's all part of the balance of society. And it's amazing to see it again.
Wow.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Hold on one second.
I'm just talking rubbish, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, but coming up with it that fast is pretty impressive.
Okay.
These are the great times.
It's give me an influence roll.
You what, sorry?
Yours will be at a -8.
Yeah, and I don't have any influence either. So
investigation plus perception roll.
Who was that? What was that last part, Jerry?
Clarity, give me a perception roll with investigation.
I don't have those. So I think it's just
your charisma.
Just my charisma. Not that either. Okay, bang.
What'd you get? Let's see.
6.
Ooh, well, that's a partial.
Partial.
Yes. Tyati? Can Renee hear me?
I can.
Give me a perception plus investigation roll, please.
Well, come on.
Investigate. +5. One
Too bad
moment.
me.
Oh my.
You.
That's better.
Yeah. You see a man running through the field up ahead, and he's being chased by 2 other men in the distance. That's what you see. Rygar, like both the bodyguards, you see like they kind of roll their eyes. They're like, ugh. They're like.
I've probably done something like this already, just not something this heinous so far.
Right. What's this on my hand? Says the Atlantean. And she kind of like looks. She says, "That doesn't smell like butter. That butter is bad." One of the guys, he comes up to you and he puts his hand on your shoulder, Rygar, and he says, "Come this way, Rygar, please."
Sure.
We're needed.
No worries.
Ty yells suddenly.
Right.
Ty yells out, "We're needed. Look," and points.
Yeah, you guys all see like this one little guy running through like a field to your guys' left. In the distance, he's probably 300 meters away, just running. And there are 2 guys behind him chasing him with knives. He's running away. But
are they going to catch him?
It looks like they are going to catch him. They look like they are about to catch him.
Okay. I will point to a servant and just say, "Towels!" and point at her ladyship, and then I shall run to the
Yeah, no, they're already wiping her down. They essentially, she's already been bathed by the time you say this.
I will speak to the guards because I'm of the people. I have a rep.
You have a rep.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm of the people.
So
this is his job. This is why he's here. Let him do his job.
Right. No, well, Morjo, he's like, "Listen, you can't be spitting on our hand, friend. That can't happen. I get it. We're all in the same boat, but appearances. He says to you, Rygar.
You wouldn't have done the same thing?
I got a family. I can't. If she, I mean, just lick her hand, man.
I clap my hand on his shoulder, I understand. I have no family, but I understand that if you had a family, you would not do as I did.
It's not good for any of us. I mean, if I have to bring out the lash now, you're probably not going to want the lash, but I'm going to have to give you the lash. And
let's continue this conversation later. And he kicks his horse to go chase down the other three that
okay.
So Tayati has pointed out.
What does Tayati do? One of the people's burglar.
I like that title. I'm going to add that
burglar.
later when I get back over to the end.
Or the people's burglar.
It's like Robin Hood, but for herself.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So
let us do our job, she says to the bodyguards. Do yours. You have her?
Yes, we have her.
All right. And she'll head off after Rygar.
Okay. And Itza?
If I'm in range, what I want to do is cast a protective shield around the individual who's about to be stabbed.
Yeah, well, you would have to. So you're going towards.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going. It looks like a lot of fun. I'm going to go and find out what's going on.
Okay. Well, this is where we all roll initiative again, and make the magic happen. Oh, look at me!
Sorry, what was initiative again? It's D20 plus
speed plus
speed.
instinct if you have it.
Okay,
Not
Yeah.
on initiative.
I don't. It's better.
Let's see.
Oof.
So let's see. Tayati got a 14. Rygar got, or let's see, Itza got a 13.
Yeah.
And Rygar got a 13. Look at
I
that.
was looking at the raw roll. I was like, oh no, a 9.
Nope.
13's not
You
bad.
did well. Okay. So this guy, he's not screaming. He's wearing this really ornate black and red cloak. And he is running, and these guys basically back him up against probably like maybe there's a freestanding rock out in this field. This big rock, and he kind of tries to climb it at first, but can't seem to get up it. He's an older gentleman. He looks like he could either be human or Atlantean. But these other guys that come up on him, both of them look like some rough business. They have mass across their face, like they have a rag tied across their face. And as you guys ride up and get closer, you can smell a really strong smell of camphor in the air. So both of these guys just reek of this. So as you guys are riding up, that's the first thing that hits you before you even get to them. And they are trying to stab at him. And both of them are stabbing. He's putting his hands up, trying to guard himself. He's, got his cloak, and they're stabbing at him and stabbing. And the guy sees you and starts screaming at you, "Help! Help! They'll try to kill me! I'll be undone!" So they spend their actions this round stabbing at this man, and he's trying to, protect himself with his hands, and they're cutting at his hands with these ragged looking knives. But he's just screaming for your guys' help. So that's what they do on their actions since they went on 22. On 14, Tayati, the people's burglar, you are riding up. What are you doing?
I want to do something that sort of disrupts them from the stabbing.
Okay.
Can I do a run and tumble? Right into their legs so everybody's on the ground?
Yeah, that's that would be I can't even speak right now. That would be a unarmed fighting roll. Which let's see if you have it. But even if you don't have it, that's okay, because you can still try to do it. Nope, but you can still try it. Give me a roll.
Could I argue athletics?
Sure. I'll let you try athletics. Now you're just trying to knock one of them down?
Yeah, if it works correctly, she sort of takes a leap and a fast run, and at the last second, it's not quite like she's sliding into home, but it's like she's sliding into home.
Right, okay. Fair enough. Give me a roll. You've got a +8, so do that. Combat rating plus your athletics, which would give you a +10, -10. So you just have a flat roll right now.
Flat roll.
Yeah.
Got it.
A
Nice.
flat roll, and you get a success. Okay, so Tidy rides up on her horse, hops off her horse, starts sprinting towards one of them, slides, and knocks him off his feet. He goes sprawling to the ground, and when you look over at him, you see he's missing a tongue.
Ooh,
As the rag kind of like comes up off his face. His lips are split. He has no teeth in his mouth. And he has just a black stump of a tongue in his mouth, and that smell of camphor, it's like you're like in your grandma's house and she's got the mentholatum going. It's just so incredibly strong right here. That's what you see as he looks over and he's like, and
I blurt the obvious, so I would just like to say, "Where is your tongue? And why does it smell like my grandmother's house?"
and he's scrambling to get back up. On 13s, both Rygar and Itza, it is your go.
I think
What are
Itza had left a little bit before I did, so I'll let him go
So,
ahead first.
Itza, are you planning to cast your protective spell?
I'd like to cast a protective ward around the gentleman being stabbed.
That's so nice. That's what community's about. People helping people. I appreciate that.
Until we find out exactly what's going on, and then all bets are off.
Right. Exactly.
So I guess if I'm right, I can do a level 12 barrier, which will have a protection rating and some hit points. And that's a -12, but I've got a +15 on my mode, which means I'm on a +3 for my magic. Is that okay?
Yep, that is it. You know what? I really did this character disservice because I absolutely did not do your magic properly on the sheet.
No, it's slightly out on the sheet, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I've got it on here.
Do you add your magic rating to that as well?
My magic rating's in on that 15. It's already in.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah.
Okay, so you got a success. So what does your magical barrier look like? Well, it's all animism. So
yeah, I'm going to say it's a sort of a almost like it's like the air around him sort of hardens suddenly if there's any blow coming to it, which solidifies and makes it opaque. So it's almost like suddenly you've got opaque pieces of air that sort of form and unform around his body. It's got a protection rating of 4 and 24 hit points.
4 and 24. Okay, yeah. So it kind of looks like the David Lynch version of the Holtzman shield from Dune.
A bit like that, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, he's got this distorted pieces of solid air as the other one's trying to stab at him. And then Rygar rides. Oh, would you guys like to do anything else? Because I keep forgetting to tell you guys can do multiple actions. And I forget to tell you that just in case you guys wanted to do extra stuff. But you can do multiple actions. Okay, so Rygar, you're riding up on your horse.
Yep. Just coming up fast on the horse, leans down and tries to grab the other guy by the back of his shirt and just kind of lift him up and continue riding with him.
Okay. Give me a -10 to your
unarmed fighting.
Yep.
And then strength.
Nope. Just combat rating
fighting?
plus unarmed fighting.
Oh, combat rating. Right.
Yeah. Essentially, what you're doing is grappling him.
Yes. Let's see if this works. Wait,
It does work.
no,
Yeah.
it did it weird. I put it a -+, and so it minused it again. So
Okay, so you
I
would've had
rolled
a
9 plus 6. Should have been a 15.
Okay, yeah, that's a success. So yes, you managed to grab him, and you have this really strong
Just kinda-
smelling, dirty person that you grabbed by the back of his clothes and are kind of dragging on your horse. And it's same thing. No tongue, no teeth, bite marks, probably missing a finger. Just not a good look. Not a good look at all.
Are his eyes normal eyes, or are they like
normal
the
eyes?
mules?
Wild eyes. The eyes are incredibly wild, but yeah, they're not. They don't look like the mule's eyes.
Okay.
But, yeah, this is a completely different thing going on here.
And then Rygar's senses are overloaded by the camphor, and he sneezes.
Oh, okay. That's right. Well, now you're aerated. But what was I going to say? So that's what happens on your guys' go. On their go, the one near Tayati, he gets up, and he is going to give you a little a hot one right to the face, Tayati. What is your evade plus your dex?
Evade dex. 18?
18.
It's a plus 18.
Okay. Let's see. That is really good. Okay. Nope, you don't have to roll it. Unless you want to actively evade. You get like a passive, which is he just essentially has a minus 18 to his roll, plus whatever he's going to add. But if you did want to actually dodge out of the way, that would be an action, in which case you would roll essentially your evade to attack his attack. But did you want to do that, or did you just want to rely on your incredible dodging skill?
I'll rely on the passive skill for this.
Okay, cool. So I rolled a -6, so he misses himself, or he misses you painfully. And seeing that, you kind of, maybe you rolled out of the way and rolled up to your feet. Because he just kind of like tries to punch you, and then he tries to stab at the guy. I need a macro that I can just push a button. That's what I need. I need that.
For what? The rolls, or?
Yeah. That's right. Okay. So so he does all that, and he misses him as well. So yeah, he is just flailing about trying to do that. However, meanwhile, while riding around with Rygar, now, how are you holding this guy?
I was just trying to grab, like, basically the back of his shirt and yank him up. And just kind of drag him along with me as we're riding.
You're dragging him along, and he stabs the side of your horse. Right in the belly.
Oh.
Rude.
That's right. He it stabs the side of your horse. Your horse starts to react to that.
Yeah. I drop him.
You drop him?
Yeah. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how fast we were going, but you probably wouldn't like that.
Well, you don't have riding, so give me a dex roll. -4.
Oh man.
No whammies.
Please, whammies.
Well, you know what my dex is, so. Oh, still a 14.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So you managed to stay on your horse, because your horse just went crazy and reared up. It's got like a dagger stab wound in its side. You managed to keep control of the horse. You drop him. He gets up and starts coming at you. Comes at you, bro. Let's see. Tayari, what are you doing? No. Is it Tayari or is it Rygar? Hold on. Yeah. I'm doing this wrong. Oh, no. I'm right.
I was last.
Yes. Tayari, what are you doing?
I didn't really get close to see all of that. I want to use my dagger to try to knock him out. Like, strike him across the temple. See if I can knock this guy out.
Okay. Go for it. -10 to your roll. So, whatever your combat rating plus your melee weapon, -10.
So, +1.
Okay.
Got it.
That means you won't do a critical failure.
You make it.
18. Okay.
Nice.
Let me make a roll. Now, how much damage would you usually do? What's the DR of that weapon?
The dagger? 6.
Okay. We're going to say you knocked him out. Bonk! You hit him on the head. He kind of like stumbles. He's not like knocked out like he's completely unconscious, but you've stunned him. So now he's kind of out of it.
Dazed?
Yeah. So
can I take advantage of that time to bind him so he can't start stabbing again?
You can. Would you like to do another action and try to bind him, or would you like to wait for next round? Or
next round's fine.
Okay. So that's what you do. Rygar or Itza, you guys are both in the mix equally now. So what are you guys doing?
How am I doing for targets? What's out there? So we've got one knocked out, semi-knocked out, and the other...
One probably about 50 meters away with Rygar. They're in the field riding around. Rygar just dropped him. The horse rears up, comes down. You think Rygar is maybe trampling under his horse. You don't know. But the other guy punches at Tayari, stabs at the guy, and is just got bonked on the head and is just kind of stumbling about right now.
Okay. I'll take him out. I think I'm going to sort of suddenly. I'm suddenly going to turn very blue, and almost like I'm freezing up, crinkling up into sort of like a frozen form, and then eject it in a number of ice shards that fly towards this stumbling guy.
Okay.
So it's an attack spell.
Okay. Do you have fast cast?
I have fast cast. I do.
Okay, cool. So you can do it all this round without any type of penalty. So go ahead and make the magic roll, and then you'll make the attack roll.
Okay, so the magic roll, it's a difficulty of -10. My modified attack ability is 13, which means I'm on a +3 for casting that magic.
Okay.
Just.
You got a partial success, meaning how much damage would you normally do?
10.
10? Okay, so you'll do 5 points. So go ahead and give me a roll, essentially a ranged fighting roll.
Sure. Ranged is... first one. Is that like weapon thrown? Is that the same?
Yep.
Or?
Yep, you can do that one. Because that's essentially what you're doing.
Yep. Ugh.
Okay. Yes, this guy is like maybe... Well, no, you know what? Because he's stunned. No, because he's stunned. No, yes, you would have... So you hit him just barely.
Yeah.
Now, you could spend hero points if you wanted to actually just make it a complete success. 1 hero point would make that a complete success because it would add +2 to the roll. But, or, just let it ride if you'd like.
I think I might let it ride, yeah.
Okay. So it cuts into him, but it's not a direct hit. Maybe, even though he's stunned, he looks over and he sees that you're actually casting, and he knows what that means. And he dives out of the way, and you maybe cut across like the back of him, as he kind of dives maybe behind like that freestanding rock, and goes around the corner. Would you like to try again? Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna move towards his target, the man who's on the ground.
Okay. He says, "Oh, thank the Orisha that you've come. I prayed and I was delivered. These things are demonic. They're trying to kill me. They were trying to eat me," he says. And yeah, that's what he says. Rygar, what are you doing?
Rygar is the horse under control?
Yeah, you managed to keep it.
Okay.
Now that was an action, so if you act again, it will be your second action.
Okay. So that my horse doesn't get attacked again, he's going to hop down off the horse and face this other guy.
Okay.
And yeah, he'll take a swipe with the battle axe.
Oh, come on. guy doesn't deserve that.
He stabbed my horse.
So yeah, it'd be a minus 13 total.
Oof.
So
okay.
You've got like a plus 16 to hit.
Well, weapon is plus 14 plus combat rating, so plus 18.
Oh, you poor soul.
Minus what?
13.
It would be minus 8, minus 5, minus 13. How are you ever going to manage with the plus 5 to your roll?
So it's minus 13 plus 18.
Yeah.
Yes, you would have a plus 5.
7.
Look at you with this.
Roll a 2.
What are you doing? Okay, you got a partial. 2 hero points will make that a success if you would like to. Or you could just,
No, he's willing to draw it out.
He's willing to draw it out. And
Yeah.
how much damage does he do? What's his DR?
DR is 11 normally.
11, okay, so he does 6 points to this Joker. Okay. So it's a really good smacking to him. Now, just for clarity, you guys are heroes, so you guys have a base of 20 points plus your con. Normal Joes don't have as many hit points as you guys. So yes, this hit right here is almost taking this guy out. A normal hit, like if you did 10 points of damage, you could take out a normal person. The layman would be gone from such a savage attack.
Got it.
But he's still standing. So did you want to do, what is it? You'd be on your third action.
No, I'm just kind of let him, taunt him.
Okay, so this is what happens on their round. The guy, he ran around the rock from you, Itza, right? So you lose him as he kind of ran around the rock. He comes stumbling around the other side of the rock. He ran completely around it, still kind of dazed. His eyes are kind of glazed over now because he's probably concussed from like Tayari bonking him in the head. However, he still has the zeal to stab at you. And he does. He comes and he stabs at you this time. What is your dex plus evade?
So my dex plus evade is 5.
Fantastic. Man, I can't get a break either. Okay, so he comes around the corner and he does 4 points of damage to you.
Okay. I've got some light armor of 2, so I take 2. Yeah.
Yes. So he just comes and he stabs, and he is going to stab at the other guy, who, by the way, Tayari and Itza, he looks like he's a priest, like some type of holy man of the Orisha, which are the gods of Atlantis, and the pantheon is the Orisha, and there's different gods in the pantheon, blah blah blah. But he looks like one of those guys. Wow, he did better with a penalty. So he does stab at him, but you have the shield up on him, so he takes a little damage, or the shield does anyway. He stabs and it kind of hits the shield, but it's not a slow enough blade to penetrate. So he just kind of bounces off, or it's starting to spark off, or maybe it's coming off in shards. Maybe the special effect is that he's chipping away at it. So he does that. The guy out there in the field with Rygar, he runs at you with his knife, and he buries it right into your chest. What is your dex plus evade?
Plus 8.
Plus 8. Okay. He's got a flat roll, and he rolls a 7, doing 4 points of damage as he sticks it deep into your chest. A satisfying plunk as you fall to your knees.
He just kind of looks down.
No clutching, no gasping.
No, he just kind of looks down at him because it probably the tip just hit. Because the medium full suit has a PR of 5. Right.
So yeah, you just kind of look as he's stabbing into your chest desperately.
Yep.
And yelling, and the lump of the stub of his tongue's kind of just wagging as he's screaming at you with this I guess caffeinated breath. So that's what he does. Tylee, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try once again to knock this guy out.
Okay, give me another swack against his head. -10 to your roll.
-10. And that is... What was that last time?
What is your fighty plus your combat rating? Let's see. We'll work through this together. You've got a melee of 9 plus 2, so you've got an 11. You've got a plus 1 to hit him.
Okay.
And you got a 14. Okay, so that is enough to bring him low. He kind of like, he's stabbing at both Itza and this priest, and he has completely disregarded you. And then you come up from behind and bonk him on the head, and his knees give out, and he kind of falls forward, face planting right into the rock, and slides down the rock into the tall grass, laying there, breathing heavy, stinking of this mentholated smell. Let's see. So yeah, that's what happens there. What is Itza doing?
I shall go to the priest and say, "Is it not a great day to be alive, priest of Atlantis? I will have your story by end of day."
I could kiss you, Jin. I could kiss you. Curse you, he says, and then he kind of stomps on the guy on the ground. He just kind of gives him like a kick and a stomp. As his hands are all cut up, his arms are kind of cut up, but he, kicks the guy a couple times on the ground. Rygar.
Rygar.
I should say Itza. Was there anything you wanted to do? Coup de grace guy.
No, no, not at all. I'm just sort of observing, really. It's all very interesting.
Fair enough.
Kai looks at you. You've been so impressive today, Itza.
Right.
It just doesn't feel right to continue using the battle axe on this guy.
Oh man!
So he's just gonna he's like stabbing at the chest, and it's like, you can't even hurt me. So he's just gonna reach out and just put his clawed hand on the guy's head, and then punch him in the gut.
Oh, okay. Give me an unarmed fighting roll. Right. -8. What impressive amount of skill do you have in this that you'll begrudge me a -8?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, it's a plus 12, so you got a plus 16 -8, so you've got a plus 8.
Yeah. And I rolled a 6, which was a 14.
It's so funny that Coyote can roll 20s, and it's just rolling 27s, but you have yet to roll
better than 10.
Okay, you do. You punch him right in the breadbasket. What is your strength? Got a
strength plus 1.
Okay. Yeah, you punched him. Actually, would you like to use your little claws to add extra damage?
No.
Because you do have that option.
No, I'm just punching him. Yeah, I do, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna punch him.
Okay, so you just give him a shot right in the breadbasket.
Yep. I mean, there's obviously something wrong with these people, but they're not. I don't know. I don't know how we're going to talk to them, but
right?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe we should keep him alive. I don't know. That's my thought.
Fair enough. You get a gasp out of him, as you give him a little shot right in the stomach. So, barring any, what are you guys going to do next round? He's going to go first, but you guys obviously outmatch these guys.
I was going to try and disarm him.
Yeah. So, this guy. I'm just going to do some cursory rolls here. But chances are you are going to take him out this round.
You're going to roll like a super critical.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, which I don't. So you basically disarm him, and both of these guys are subdued. And the priest, he hugs you, Itza, and it's almost an uncomfortable hug because it's a lingering hug. He just seems so happy that you rescued him. and then he blesses you. Gives you a blessing from the Orisha. He blesses you, Tayati. He says that he would have been undone if not for you. Oh, thank you so much. And he.
Are you harmed?
Well, he's cut up on his arms and stuff.
I'm sure there's a salve I can offer him.
Excuse me. You guys hear back from the road?
Oh yes. Oh.
Her lady, George, requested that I tell you to stop frolicking in the field, that you were paid to do work.
Oh. And she probably means frolicking in that sense, too, doesn't she?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, exactly. She says that she is paying you and that you are not doing your jobs. And you see, he's kind of he throws up his hands yeah.
Yep.
Well, perhaps this Atlantean should meet our Atlantean, and then the Atlanteans can do Atlantean things.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
What do the feet look like on these guys that we captured?
What are the what?
The feet. I'm looking at the tracking. We've got somebody missing.
They have normal feet.
Rygar points to the Atlantean's back.
They're not wearing heels on their shoes.
No, they're not wearing heels. They have a really nice arch, though, to their foot. And both feet are impeccably pedicured. In fact, there's a French tip on each of their toes.
I'm impressed.
Listen, you take care of your feet, man.
I don't even know what a French tip is, but okay.
No, you've seen it. Like the toenail, it's got a clear coat over it, but the very tip has a white line.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it on toes. I've seen it on fingernails, but.
So we're not just playing; we're educating.
Yeah.
That is our mission.
Rygar will point at the Atlantean priest's back and point down at his tracks and kind of give Tayati a kind of a maybe.
Most definitely, you do notice, Tayati, that his shoe does have a heel and does look finely made.
I give you a nod, yeah, maybe. A nod and a shrug, could be.
Okay.
How did you find yourself in this predicament?
I was on my way to Ampertor for the festival, the Harvest Festival, when strange things have happened to me in the last few days. I don't know if you've noticed, but there are quite a few terrible things to be encountered along these roads. And you see he's starting to well up. All of you, actually, no. Yeah, he starts to kind of well up, but kind of catches himself and steals himself, and says, it was horrible, but I prayed to the gods, and they delivered me. In fact, they delivered me unto you, and you saved me. You saved me. And he grabs you by your shoulders, Tayati. And you see, he's got, his eyes are kind of glassy with tears. He says, I don't know if I would have survived another night. And he turns away so that, you can't see him shed his tears. What are you guys going to do? Rygar
would like to search the two people here. They're both still alive too, right?
Yes, but demoralized and beaten since they could not actually hurt. And actually, no, I think they hurt Itza. They hurt the magic user. They hurt the sorcerer. Barely. But it's they're still alive. If you guys wanted to tie them up or.
Yeah. Yes. Try and communicate with them somehow.
What?
Try to communicate with them somehow.
Okay. Well,
no idea how to do that, but.
Well, first, I'm assuming you guys go back to your retinue or to your guys' caravan.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are.
Dragging these two with.
right? And Yuandi, she says, "I'm not paying them for sleeping, and they smell odd. They're putting me off." She says, "Someone
We'll
tell
move
them
them
to walk."
downwind. We'll move them down. I'll move them downwind. I won't tell her that, but I will do that.
Right. Yeah, you guys have them tied up. The priest kind of takes care of his wounds. Are you guys keeping them together? Are you guys, the priest, he goes and he wants to talk to Yuandi Jorsh and keep her company, if at all possible.
I look at Rhaegar.
What's that?
And I look at Itza.
She's kind of mad at me.
I don't know, but it looks very similar.
Well, you made the roll. You got a crit on the roll, Tidy, so you know that those shoes made those tracks.
Oh, well then let me rephrase. He's the one. The fifth.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good idea to let him get close to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You seem to have a better relationship with Yuandi than I do.
So, what are you doing with the priest? Oh, whose name, by the way, is Dubuku.
Dubuku?
Yep, Dubuku. He is the priest of the Orisha on his way to the Harvest Festival, south of Atlantis.
I think it would be remiss to have you go into her presence without at least getting you, and I mean this without insult, cleansed.
Oh, of course. If she's a noble, then I have to present myself. Yes, absolutely. The next stream we see, I mean, he cleans himself up as best he can because he cleans his wounds. Mm-hmm. But he said, that maybe I will talk to her tonight if I'm allowed to travel with you to the festival. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to the festival with this.
There's no other way to go on this road.
Yeah, exactly.
We are headed that way, yes. But as you said, there have been strange things on the road, so we are cautious. But, of course, we have to help you. But why don't you clean up? And what Tayati's trying to do is to get him away long enough to go, you have very special eyes. Can you see anything when you look at him?
Yeah. Yeah, I will certainly look around through him. Sort of, just see the way his hair falls. That probably will tell me everything I need to know.
Yes, that definitely could tell you some things, but maybe there's more you could tell by looking harder or magically?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. If I can see anything about the truth of the whispers of the gods that he claims that he is associated with,
that would be great, says Ty, not entirely sure that she got through, but feeling confident.
I do like his hair.
What's that?
I do like his hair.
Right. What kind of hair does he have?
It's tightly curled, and it's the way it waves. Waves. It's enchanting.
Excellent. Okay. So just to be clear, the two stinky guys.
Yeah.
Rhaegar has them toward the back of this train.
Yep.
The priest, he is with Tayati, I'm assuming, or is he with Itza, or is he with both of you two? Or
I feel like it's both of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you guys are with him toward the back of the train with Rhaegar. Eventually they come to, these guys. Kind of wild-eyed. You have them tied up, and they are just gibberish because, they have no tongues. Their voices are really hoarse from all the screaming So it's kind of this hoarse, gibberish talk that you get from them.
Okay.
How are you trying to bilk them of information?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is offer them water.
Okay. Yeah, they don't want it unless you're going to force it on them.
He's like, oh, no, you're right. If I was taken prisoner and offered water, I wouldn't like it either. Just a minute. He goes and gets some beer or some wine and offers that instead.
Okay. And yeah, they do not want anything. They're, both of them do not want to drink anything you offer them.
Oh, now you're being rude.
I think Izta will. I mean, he's fascinated by what's been done to them, and I wonder if with some of Izta's manipulation magic and form altering magic, whether Izta would be able to change the forms slightly, magically, of these beings, such that their tongues will grow just long enough for them to speak easier.
You absolutely can do that. If you have manipulate, you can absolutely do that. That is going to be a minus 15 to the roll because it's a gross change.
Okay. That's a net plus 3. I'm telling you.
Nice.
You see that, David? He didn't complain about his penalty. His insanely high roll.
Partial.
A partial.
10.
It's good enough. You don't grow back the entire tongue.
No.
So it's almost like they have well, you grow it back enough that they just have an impediment to speaking. Almost like they have a hair lip or something. Sure. And so it grows back. What are you guys going to ask them or say to them? I don't want your drink. Nothing.
Okay. How about you tell us your story?
Untie! Kill it! Kill it!
Kill what? Why would you want to kill the priest?
Kill her. Yeah, kill her!
Kill her.
No! And it's, he's trying to,
If you want us to help you, you must be still and speak slowly. And
he
then
kind of nods to it's intimating, for you to come closer.
Carefully step forward, but watching them carefully.
No. He keeps saying,
Hood? Hood?
What's that?
Hood?
Need food.
And he starts to nod.
Can we get him some fruit?
No food. Eat food.
Don't eat food.
Food. And he starts trying to look over at the priest, who's now. Are you over here, Tidy?
No, I'm sticking with the priest.
Okay, so he looks over at Tidy, maybe at the priest.
Do you want to eat
the food?
Don't eat the food.
Okay.
And you see, Tidy, you're with the priest, and he says, maybe we should talk to the lady now. I think
I feel like we have to wait a little longer. The lady is very peculiar. I should tell you the story. And she starts like in minutia talking about like all of the idiosyncrasies that they've observed since the moment they started with this group.
Okay. Give me an influence roll minus 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I happen to hear any of this?
No, you guys are at the back.
All right. I just wanted to shout, "Tell him about the butter!" But but I can't.
No charisma with that one, right?
No, absolutely.
And that gives me a 2.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, you managed to keep him enthralled with your conversation. But yeah, he does want to talk, to this lady. But you're keeping him, and he doesn't want to be rude, so he continues to listen.
And I'm very enthusiastic and helpful.
Okay. Yeah, so he's
preventing him from getting him what he wants, right?
Yep. But back with you guys, that's what you guys get from him. Is that, his gibberish talk and you guys trying to understand his gibberish talk.
Yeah. I wonder what he thinks. I wonder what he does to the food.
I don't know.
But
that's worrying.
But
he definitely came from that other camp, though.
Yeah, you guys kind of get that, don't eat the food. The food is evil, is what you guys get from him through all of his, gesticulations and.
Maybe the priest poisoned the food?
He nods. And he kind of like starts pantomiming with his hands.
I mean, it's you know how I feel about Atlanteans, but probably bad idea to untie them and give them a dagger, right?
It's plausible deniability, isn't it?
Ease. I'm pretty sure, doesn't sound like in any way like someone missing a tongue.
Yeah.
But then again, I haven't really talked to very many people without a tongue, so.
Right.
I'm at a loss.
I mean, the closest that I could get is the guy from The Mummy that had his tongue removed, but that just.
It's funny because I was just watching a movie today with the guy from The Mummy. It was I stumbled upon gore today on Amazon, so I had to watch some of it. And it's pretty bad. But the Mummy is in that movie. He's actually in it.
What, Brendan Fraser or?
Huh?
Brendan Fraser or
no, the actual Mummy, the Imhotep.
Oh, okay.
He's in it as a jock, as a cool guy jock, and I'm like, that's the guy from The Mummy. And then the guy goes to the land of gore and stupid stuff happens. It's pretty bad, but I watch most of it before I turn it on. But that's what I do.
Nice.
But yeah, that's what you get from him. Anything else you guys want from him?
He's definitely refusing to eat or drink anything.
Yes, he does not want any food or drink from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna start calling him Tiger Balm.
Tiger Balm.
It's it's a camphor. It's basically a brand name of a product. When I was living over in Malaysia, that was what it was called, was Tiger Balm, and it was very, very potent. So.
Yeah, it is. And actually, it's you probably know that camphor medicinally, it will enough of it will take away your appetite and kind of kill like your sense of smell and that. And and these two reek of it, and they are not eating anything. So that's what you get from that. It's since you are the learned one, supposedly.
Yeah. In my own way, I think we need to take out this priest. I don't think this priest is safe.
Ah!
Yeah, okay, but not
Both
you.
of them start
You
nodding.
just stay where you are.
Kill him! Kill him!
Yeah, you kill, yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's all subtitled now underneath, which I should actually do for this video.
Yeah. Just
Yeah. But so yes, what are you guys going to do? The group moves forward, and you guys move on for a few more hours.
Yep.
And eventually, you guys make camp that night. What are you guys going to do?
Listen, I don't think it's safe. I don't think it's safe with the priest. The priest is going to have to not be here anymore.
Well, Tiati's been keeping him away. Tiati's been keeping him away from Yuandi. So.
And then she asked them to dance, which was just abominable because neither of them could dance. Right. But it was an amazing attempt.
He's listening, and you see he's got a rope, and he's tying it. It's around his neck. He goes over to you as you're talking, and then just kind of.
Tiati's about to take care of it for us.
Yeah. No. He breaks away from you, Tiati, and when you guys make camp, he goes to the stream, which you guys make camp next to, and he cleans himself up. And what he does say to you, Tiati, is that he is a priest, and that he is a priest that will be blessing the food that all the festival goers will be eating at the festival, and that he plans to because he's so grateful to you that he'll be cooking a special meal for you tonight. Is what he tells you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Aren't you the sweetest?
So,
he says, gives his arm a squeeze.
So is the I'm gonna double check that these ropes are tied pretty tight, and then I think you and I should go and get some dinner.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, says the two guys.
Yeah, and so I'll test the bonds, aka loosen them quite a bit.
Okay.
And then their daggers will be with all the rest of their stuff that we've taken from them.
Right.
They obviously can't get anywhere near it because they're all tied up.
Right.
And then
absolutely.
Rygar just turns his back and walks back toward camp.
Okay. Well, that night, you guys break for camp, and Dubuku and Zira start making food for like the camp proper, and also he is also preparing. He's helping with the meal for the noble lady George, and all of you guys give me perception rolls plus your investigate. You can use instinct if you have that instead, but -3. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Oh, look at you guys. Got a 13. We got a terrible 2. And
Rygar's like, did I loosen them? Did I loosen the bonds enough? It's like looking back. It's like you should have escaped and tried to kill this guy by now.
It's fair that we caught up with each other to share our experiences, so we're all on the same page at this point.
Yes, you guys are Tom. They're making camp, and now
are they dumb? I left their daggers right next to him.
Just saying out loud now.
Yeah, well, he is overly loud.
Yes. What happens is, Dubuku goes to help. Are you guys allowing him to help, or do you guys have suspicions and you're not allowing him to help?
He's not helping.
What's that?
Not helping. He's not helping. He's going nowhere near the food.
Okay. You two, Tayati and Itza, you do see those two guys. You probably smell them before you see them as they are creeping up into the camp. And they're together. They both have their daggers back again. You see they have murder in their eyes. Nighttime, moving from shadow to shadow. They move into one shadow, and you hear some garbled screams. And the shadow they moved into moves away. And you see two twisted bodies. You know, that's what you guys see.
Wow.
And you see, like the priest, you know, over. I'm assuming you guys are trying to. Are you guys overtly trying to keep him from cooking? Like, no, you can't cook. Or are you guys trying to be subtle about it?
I can't be any more subtle. I've done my time.
You run out of subtle.
I'm going to get suspicious if I go any further.
That's right. She's done all her subtle. What about Itza and Rygar?
I think the time of subtlety's over, isn't it?
Could be.
So I think Itza will be very direct with the priest and say, "You cannot go near the food."
Well, why not? I'm only trying to offer my appreciation to my saviors.
Yeah. No, it's her ladyship. She is very particular, and unfortunately, you cannot go near the food.
Is it a dietary concern?
No, it's more superstitious, really. It's just, I mean, Atlanteans, I don't understand them. I mean, you would, of course.
Well, I completely understand. They have a peculiar way about them, and perhaps I'll just go talk to her, and we will settle this. We'll clear this up. I've been speaking to Zira here, and she has an impressive menu, but I also have special herbs that I've gotten all the way from Tarshish that perhaps I can add to this meal.
So that's when a big paw comes down on his shoulder, says, "Yeah, tell us about these special herbs. Did you share them with the last caravan that you were with?"
That's right. Now, Tayati, since you always blurt out the obvious, I'm willing to give you some hero points. If you blurt the obvious now, you'll get 1 hero point from your disadvantage.
I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. We're ready to go.
So what do you say?
He's asking about the people that you poisoned and left on the road. Specifically, if you don't mind.
Poison? No. You misunderstand. I was with that group when they were set upon by those men, I guess. I managed to get away.
Tiati is a really good tracker, and those two that we captured do not have their flat feet were nowhere near that campsite. But your heeled boots certainly left it.
What? He looks down at his heeled boots with little curly toes.
Yep.
And he says,
in fact,
one of the nails in the left shoe definitely needs pounding down. You need say no more. Obviously, I'm not welcome here. And he looks back, and you two, the ones who made your perception rolls, you see he grabs his cloak that he was wearing, his very ornate black and red cloak.
That wasn't there a few minutes ago?
What's that?
Was that not there a few minutes ago?
Absolutely was not there a few minutes ago. And he says, I'll take my leave then. I appreciate your help, but I can see where this is going.
No, I don't think you see where this is going.
You're gonna die!
Tiati... Okay, I was going to string it out a little bit longer and call him a murderer and poisoner and such, but yeah, you're not leaving.
Who's going to stop me, Rygar? You?
I am, while he's talking, I start looking for that murder shadow.
The murder shadow, you guys
That's in his hand.
saw it because it was so quick. Because, like, it was a shadow, and you see these guys are moving around. They moved into that shadow. You guys heard bones popping, breaking, like a muffled, like, scream. And it's almost like the shadow moved away, and their bodies were just laying there. And now they're not in the camp, so no one else has seen it because they were kind of, like, making their way sneakily.
Oh, I thought they had made it this far.
No. You could see them over in the distance as, they're creeping. No, because no one else saw it.
Okay.
But they just kind of are dead. But he says, I see when I'm not wanted. I've heard the accusations, but I'm a man of the gods. I'm a man who wants to feed the soul, not destroy it. And he backs a generous distance away from you guys. Just, he just doesn't turn around right there and just walk away, but he backs away. And he says, perhaps we will meet again. And he backs away and just kind of starts to walk off unless anyone's going to intercede or doing anything.
Are we killing
Yeah.
I mean,
so he just gets to walk away.
I'm just gonna lean on my profession here.
Okay.
And he's getting an axe in the head.
Whoa, come on. What is that? That's uncalled for.
My profession is Slayer, so
You gotta give him some of the business?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he sees it coming. You guys see it coming.
I mean, we weren't being subtle
right,
about it at the end.
Everyone give me an initiative roll as he tries to not be murdered. Oh, no.
Ooh, that was a good one. Oh.
Hold on, which roll? Okay, so my roll was the 3. Dang it.
And I keep forgetting, it's D20 plus what?
Speed.
Speed, okay, yeah. So nothing.
It's got a 5, so we're all rolling single digits, except for you, throwing it off.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No bonuses.
Okay, so yes, he backs away from you, lifts up the collar of his cloak, and then you come at him with the axe.
Yep, just stepping as fast as he's stepping away. I am stepping a little bit faster to approach him.
Okay, so yeah, he turns his back to you. Give me your axe roll, minus 15.
Wow, minus 15.
Yes.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Most impressive.
I almost rolled a D10 there.
Come on. Spend some hero points. Necessary.
Yeah, what happens? Is there a difference of
in there?
Hero points before or after?
After. You can spend it after the roll.
Okay.
Okay, you got an 11, so you got a success.
Yep.
If you want to spend hero points, it's what you can spend hero points on. You can spend up to 3 hero points per roll, or per round. You can spend 3 hero points, and each hero point will add +2 to the roll, so you can spend 3 hero points and add +6 to that, making it a 17, which, still just a success. Or you can spend a hero point to add 4 points of damage, or to negate 4 points of damage. So you could spend 3 hero points and add an additional 12 points of damage onto your roll if you wanted.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna channel licking butter off an Atlantean's hand.
Oh no!
And I'm gonna spend that point and 2 other hero points.
Okay, is this on damage?
And yeah, I'll do it on damage.
Okay, so you do how much damage?
It's 4 points extra. You were saying?
Yep. So 12
12
points. Plus,
23 points of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Okay. It will. negate some of this. We'll at least try to. So, hold on. You said 23.
Yep.
Okay. So. Okay. So, he turns to walk away. You come up with your axe and swing at his back. A hand reaches out of his back, like it just pushes up through the cloak and grabs at the axe. And you manage to split the hand, which is made from it looks like the cloak itself. And you cut into the back of his back in this cloak. And he kind of stumbles forward. But when he stumbles forward, the cloak is still there, and he stumbles out of the cloak. And you see the cloak, it's still got his shape, but it starts to reverse towards you. So it's his
gonna try and envelop me, is what you're saying, or kind of
try to parry your blow, but you manage to cleave into it. But the cloak is doing weirdness. So that was on 13. Then we go to Itza on 5. And then poor me.
I will cast ice shards into the priest.
What? Come on. Didn't you just hear? I just said the cloak.
Distraction.
Yeah.
Do the thing.
Okay, so this is you casting the spell?
That's me casting the spell.
Oh.
Okay, now do your roll to throw the spell.
Okay, I think it's
minus
5.
Minus 8 to your roll to throw the spell since...
Okay, so that's minus 3.
Do you want to spend hero points to increase the spell throw? Or no? Actually,
you could. You rolled a 7. If you spent 2 hero points, you could make that a complete success.
I'll do that.
Okay, so now you have a fully formed spell. So you cast the spell, you throw the spell.
Yeah.
And this roll will be minus 8, whatever your throwing is.
Minus 8, and I'm at plus 5, so it's minus 3. Ah.
Ouch.
Okay. Well, again, that is a failure. You could spend 1 hero point, and that would change it to a partial success. Or you could, hold on. You've spent how many so far?
2.
You could spend 1 hero point right now and get that up to a partial success, if you would like.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so you've got 10 points of damage, but you hit him, it gets a partial success. However, this hits the priest and not his cloak.
Yep.
So yes, that hits him, and he is a little bit more squishy. Is that you casting the spell?
Sure.
Do they all come out of your fingers?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he is moving away, and he's starting to actually pick up speed in his little pointy curl-toed boots as he's running away, and he gets hit in the back as he's running. That was on 4. No, that was on 5. On 4, what is Coyote doing?
He's trying to run away?
He is. He's an old man, Coyote.
I know. I really wanted, what I would like to have done if he was staying to fight is stealth and backstab, because that's the fun stuff. But now I got a shadow and track.
Right. So are you going to hunt him down?
Yes, I am.
I mean, his back is to you right now, so...
Give me a stealth roll. Give me a stealth roll minus 8. And basically what it is that you're moving out of his eyesight, so he's losing you, so he doesn't know where you're at. So give it
minus 8.
Yep.
Plus combat.
Your dex plus your sneaky, stealthy stuff. You've got a stealth of 14, so minus 8. You have a plus 6 to your roll.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, see there.
Partial.
Okay, that is a success. So you kind of move between maybe some of the campfires and stuff like that. As this guy's running this way, you start moving laterally this way, just so you look or that he loses you, but you keep track of him as you're hunting him now. That was now me on 3. On 3, the priest Yabuku, the humble, that is his name, by the way.
Yep.
He is hightailing it. He is getting out of here. His little shoes with his little heels are moving, and he is running through the fields that you guys are camped in. Now, the cloak, you see arms come out of the cloak. You see tentacles come out of the cloak. You see chattering teeth gnashing in the cloak. And you see these twisted, malformed heads start to form out of the cloak. Eyes are blinking in the cloak. And this thing turns into just this misshapen horror with, multiple tentacles, twisted limbs. It's a demon. Comes at you, Rygar.
Okay.
And what is your defense? Your evade is what? Plus your dex?
Evade, my dex is 0. So evade is +8.
+8. That is pretty good. Okay, wow. I guess everyone's rolling terrible. But
it's still a success, unfortunately, for me.
Yes, it is a success. So, you take 10 points of damage.
Ugh. -5, right?
Minus the 5, yes. And
Okay.
then give me a will roll.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yes.
I had something about will in here.
Oh.
I thought.
Let's see.
Maybe I was reading the wrong
Roll
spec.
some of the attributes.
Oh, that's used to instill fear. Never mind. That was the
Okay.
roar. Okay. D20 plus a whopping 1 for my will. 8.
Do you get double? Do you get doubles in attribute roll? No.
No, not in this version.
No.
It was too much. Too much stuff. So you got a partial?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you like to, well, you've already spent hero points this round, haven't you?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
you cannot.
So I don't even have the choice. Yep.
Okay. So you get this, on a primordial level, the lizard brain in the back of your head says you need to go. And in fact, everyone around you in the camp, they've already taken off. Because they all missed their rolls, because this thing is emanating some type of diabolic presence that is just so oppressive that you don't think you can take it. But you got a partial success, so you steel yourself, and instead of being at a -5 to your rolls, you are only at a -3.
Okay.
So you have an additional penalty. However, his attack, even though your armor managed to block some of it, these wounds are deep, which means he has this ability called rending, which means that you continue to bleed round after round from these attacks.
Ouch.
So,
Yuck.
yeah, he's not a mule or
What?
yeah, he is.
Damn.
That's great. But yeah, so yeah, you get hit, and yeah, everyone starts to flee. Actually, it's give me a will roll, please.
Will. Yeah.
Same penalty.
What's the penalty? Sorry.
What was the penalty I gave you, Dave? Because I gave both of you the wrong penalty, or gave Dave the wrong penalty. So we'll give you the wrong penalty too.
What
Was it a -3? We'll say -3.
What was the versus what?
Your will?
Oh, you didn't tell me there was a penalty.
Okay. Well, you know what? Well, then why'd you throw a +1 on it?
Because I have a 1 will.
Oh, okay. Just give me a will roll then. We'll just give you the same roll.
I'm just really bad.
Oh, but you know what? It's seen these things before, or seen something like this, and steals self forward. He's like, not going to affect me. So yes, you guys are, and Tidy doesn't have to do it because Tidy's already taken off. In fact, you guys, both of you probably think Tidy felt the effects and ran away.
Yeah, she ran with everybody else. Everybody else is bolting.
Yeah,
She's of the people. Clearly.
She's of the people. Yes.
She's of the people, with the people.
With the
To
people.
show them what to do.
So yeah, so that's what it does for its round. So then we go to the top again, Rygar. What are you doing?
Rygar is battling with his will to just throw his axe away with this thing like on the end of it and run, but instead he finds the nearest campfire, and I'm assuming it's still kind of wrapped around the axe.
No, it tried to stop the axe. That was basically it's the special effect of its defense.
Mm-hmm.
But you did damage and stuff. But no, it's a changing, just this kind of mercurial changing, malevolent shape. You've seen John Carpenter's The Thing, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but kind of shadowy as well.
Okay.
And that's what this thing is.
Yeah, I was thinking it would still be kind of like on the end of the axe, and I was thinking about like basically trying to, with the axe attack, kind of throw it into a fire.
You can still do that. I mean, you could do a trick shot, and you would be you could relinquish like doing damage to throw it into the fire if you think that will take it out. Or what you guys can do, give me if you give me a scholar roll, you guys can figure out what the weaknesses are of it. Because all these creatures do have a weakness or multiple weaknesses in some cases.
I have no scholar.
Do you have to use Profession Mage or?
You know what? You could use Profession Mage. Yeah, that would work. I would absolutely allow that one.
Profession Slayer probably doesn't work.
No, you just know how to kill stuff.
Yeah,
but that's if you want to make this roll. Now, I'm telling you, if you want to make the roll, it's an actual roll, which will be one of your actions.
An action, okay.
But so you don't necessarily have to make it if you don't want to. But
no, I think it's worth it. Yeah.
Okay, so you did it. You got a crit. Its true name is an Achilles heel for it. Also, these things are susceptible to brass. So any type of brass will do damage to these things, or do lots of damage to these things. So yes, that's what you know, that brass and its true name, which I'm not sure how you would get the true name of it, but there's probably some way. Maybe there's a tale, like maybe there's a configuration of like, it's like, oh, if it's got, hands above the tentacles, it's, it's Felix. If it's, hands below the tentacles, it's Dave or something like that. But with the roll that good, you probably, if you spent some time thinking about it and going through maybe the catalog in your head, you might be able to come up with the true name of this thing.
Yeah.
Considering like what it, who it's with and everything that's gone. Yeah. With everything that's gone on around it, because of like the hunger, the eating and stuff like that, you might be able to get the true name if you wanted to make another roll. If you wanted to try that. So.
And I'd be at -5 for a second action. Would that
you
be
would be at -5, and I'd probably add on another minus. I'd probably add on like another -3, so -8 to the roll, and you would be able to maybe do that. Oh, look. Okay, so you got a partial. Do you want to spend a hero point and change? Okay, so you spend a hero point. Okay, so you find out if it's true name, and it's basically all of them. The first part of their names of these demons are always Baal, and then the second part, because they are of Baal, who is their, the chief demon, their lord, and we're going to say this one's called Balzar. That is its true name. And with that, just like kind of with your true name, you have some type of power over it to actually stop it. What did you want to do, Rygar?
I'm going to actually, since it's off the axe, I'm going to actually just try and hit it with the axe. Just he's feeling in pain and still bleeding, and he's just really mad now.
Okay, go for it. -15.
Crit.
Yeah.
Did you get a crit?
22.
That's a good roll. That is good. Okay, so this is what happens with the crit. Since he's taken critical damage, basically the damage you do, or the damage that he takes, he will have to make a con roll minus that damage, or basically he collapses. He's gone. He basically falls on. You've done a critical wound to him, so he'll have to make a roll, which I will do everything in my power to make by spending hero points.
I'm gonna spend. I think this thing is probably almost worse than the priest. So I'm gonna spend 3 more hero points for damage.
Okay.
So 23 damage.
Okay. And he will spend some points. So, okay. And he has to make a roll. Now, what were you doing with that information, Itza?
If I can bring together the axe blow and the soul name of the demon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I will, to sort of split the demon with the axe through calling his name at the right moment.
Okay. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Now with that, you can lower his attribute by 5 points. Now he's getting ready to make a con roll using his con attribute.
I will lower his con attribute by 5.
Okay.
I have another question, Jerry. Can I also do Lion's Roar after I've hit it to inspire my allies?
Sure. I'll let you try that one.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me an influence roll, Tayati. He is running well that Tayati. He's run off into the fields. Occasionally, there's a stone or a boulder, or maybe like a stray, clump of trees. But he is moving out into this moonless night through this tall grass, making his move as he runs. What are you doing?
I want to track him enough to be able to try to topple him.
You want to knock him down? You could actually get in front of him. I mean, you've made your roll. You could actually be hiding in the grass in front of him, or come at him from the side and what would you like to do to him?
Oh, if I have that ability, I'd rather come at the side. That's
okay.
More fun.
So he is moving. I made it. Those fools. And then what are you doing?
Coming at him from the side with a knife.
And just giving it to him?
Yep.
Go ahead. He is completely unaware. You have a -2 to your roll because he doesn't get his full defense.
Got it. Melee.
And with Lion's Roar, do I need to make an influence roll?
I'm going to make you make an endurance roll, or I'm going to ask you to. Shouldn't say I'm going to make you. But because it's a second action, so it's kind of like an influence roll, because to make it work, because you guys are trying to combine actions without actually coordinating.
Got it.
So I'm going to say that there's a chance that it could fail.
Yeah, it's going to fail.
Well,
with a 3. I have no hero points.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You're too scared to even do it, because actually, did you even add in the -3?
I did a -5, I thought, for a second action.
Yeah, second action, and then the -3 because the aura of fear. So yeah.
Oh, so it's 0? Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Tayati, you rolled an 18. If you would like to spend 1 hero point, you could turn that into a critical roll.
Yes.
Okay. So, if you would also like, you could spend an additional 2 points on damage, doing an additional 8 points of damage.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, how much damage do you do total? What's the DR?
If I'm using I have dagger and the gladius, but dagger is what I'm doing right now. So I do 6?
Yeah, you could do it with the gladius if you wanted.
Oh, yes, then I do 8.
So 8 plus an additional 8 is 16 points. He's just taken a critical wound to his side. He's going to try to twist with it. I spent some hero points. So he's going to make his con roll -6. And basically, you come at him from the side. He falls to the ground. Basically, he takes it. He's surprised to see you holding your arm as the blade is stuck into him. and says, "Etu Tayari," and
my friends are not fools.
so that's what happens out there in the field in the moonless night. But inside, he has to make a con roll. The demon has to make a con roll. And he doesn't get his actual con attribute added in because that -5 takes out his +5 for his con. So
that's a good roll.
He does not make it either. So you hit it with the axe. You said the name Itza. You say its name, Bielzar. And he kind of looks over to you, and he kind of like withers away from Itza. And as that happens, this blade comes down, and he tries to like put his arm up to block it. It cuts through like this weird shadow-formed arm and cleaves right into what its chest might be, and sends it sprawling to the ground. And when it hits the ground, it kind of spills out into like a pool, and then kind of reforms at this like terrible black pool that casts like odd and terrible reflections in it. So when you see your reflection, it's emaciated, it's hungry. You see that your lips are peeled back over your gums, and it just kind of sits there, kind of burning the grass that it's in. And while that happens in the camp, out in the grass, the priest is laying there bleeding. Both of them taking critical wounds. What do you guys do?
Yeah, unless Ista has something else.
I've got very little summoning, so all I would do is either protect you or cast an attack spell.
Okay. Well, Rygar's like pulling the axe back up over his head to
Coup de grace?
strike it again. Yep.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so between you two shooting ice shards into it and axing it, you guys discorporate this thing, and it just turns into this foul, burnt spot. And what do you do, Tayati? He's laying there gasping, completely incapacitated at your mercy.
You're a terrible priest. Coup d'etat.
Coup d'etat. Do you give him another stab, or do you chop off his head? Or
just twist?
Oh,
twist.
Oh.
Twist and shout.
Is that what that song's all about? Yeah,
that's right. And he expires.
Uh-oh, and we lost Jerry again.
Oh no!
Jerry expired.
You didn't have to go the extra mile of expiring your feed. Like, that was really good, though.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I fell out for a second.
Yep.
That was weird.
But you
anyway,
said,
yeah,
and you did, and he expires, and then your feed dropped. It was perfect timing.
Yes, I know. But out of the tent comes the Atlantean. She says, "Where's my food? I've been waiting for my food. What are you out here doing? You're useless."
You know what? After all of this, all day today, Rygar's actually going to go over and just, pick up the food that has been prepared. The priest never got near it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Just prepare a plate for her and just take it over to her.
Finally. Thank you, Catman. I'm going to eat.
You're welcome, mistress.
Where's my taster? Where's my spoon servant? Am I going to have to eat this myself?
Think you might have to eat it yourself.
She kind of looks around, almost like she doesn't know what to do, and she grabs like a spoon and starts to feed herself. Eventually, everyone comes back to the camp, and you guys are kind of hailed as heroes for your endeavors tonight. You guys managed to take out an evil priest, or who you think is an evil priest. You guys are never quite 100% sure.
Wait a minute.
I'm
What's
pretty
in his
sure
pocket?
What's in his pockets?
I'm pretty sure his robe was evil. If not,
Yeah.
Mhm.
if not
It
the
might have
priest.
been, or maybe it was just misunderstood. In
Uh-huh.
his pockets, you do find a whole bunch of herbs, and maybe an additional, like maybe a few like coins. So you find probably another +2 treasure worth of just wealth. But you do find bags of these herbs, and the herbs look harmless, but with examination probably from Itzum, these herbs basically they make whoever eats these herbs, whoever imbibes these things, becomes incredibly ravenous and crazed, and ravenous to the point where they will just start attacking and eating everything in sight.
Mm.
Eventually, they will eat to the point where they kill themselves, essentially, because they will eat whatever. They will eat bone. They will eat glass. They will eat rocks. They will eat flesh. Whatever they can consume, they will eat until their bellies are distended and they die.
No cure.
There's besides death, there's probably no cure. So that is what you guys find. And that is essentially the end of the adventure. So, yes, you guys. If you guys wouldn't have been wary, he would have fed you guys tonight, and you guys would have had to try to stave off those effects. And then he would have went on and killed probably your entire camp would have probably eaten itself, and he would have gotten away again, and you guys would have followed him all the way to the festival, where that was where he was going to do his end game.